I think it's wonderful that the CEO of Henry Ford Hospital would want to come down and walk in my shoes and spend a little time with me. That shows the concern that management and supervision has here at Henry Ford Hospital. And that's one of the reasons that I've been here probably for so long, is because they give us an open hand, at least in our department, to do what we want to do, whether we want to do our service calls, how we treat people, what jobs we're going to do today. We're afforded the privilege of using the equipment we want to use as long as it's hospital grade. We bid jobs, we install jobs, we use the equipment that we want to use.
How did you arrive at Henry Ford?
I was born in Detroit, and I've only had two jobs. One, I was in the fire and burglar alarm business for about 9 years, and then I did a little work for the hospital. And I guess they liked my work, and they had a position open, and I've been here for the last 28 years.
What do you do? What's your typical day?
In the electronics shop, normally I get to work at about 6 in the morning, and I answer my emails, do some paperwork, have my coffee, and I actually start work at 7. And at 7 o'clock, I get my calls, and I'm either doing service calls, repairing things around the hospital, or we're doing our PMs, preventive maintenance. And we have fire alarm system and the tube system. Those are our biggest systems that we take care of. And the fire alarm system, that has over 10,000 smoke detectors and pull stations. So there's a lot of PM involved. It has to be done once a year, and that can take maybe up to 6 months. And then the tube station, we have over 100 stations, and that probably takes about 3 months to PM everything and keep it running.
Mm-hmm.
So we're pretty busy there. And then we have the service calls. We do a lot of jobs that nobody else will do.
Yeah.
You know, somebody will call us up and they'll want something installed or something repaired that's a little off the wall. They don't know who to call. We end up getting the call, and we always take care of them, whether it's our job or not. That's what we do.
That's the best. That's the best. So what do you enjoy most about your work?
I like working with all the other guys, especially in the shop here. It's like a little family. You know, there's 4 of us, and there's nothing better than have a good project. We're all working on it together, and we succeed in what we're doing.
Yeah, that's great. So a lot of teamwork, and kind of what Henry Ford's all about with teamwork. And that.
Absolutely.
So I know that Richard, most of your work is on the fire alarms and doing preventive maintenance, but I've heard through the grapevine that you do a lot more. What other duties do you do?
We take care of all the hospital paging, all the page speakers in the ceiling, the amplifiers. We install page access for certain departments that want to be able to dial a phone number and just make a page, or they want to make a page from their telephones. We install all that. We maintain it. And we do all the intercoms that are connected with Executone intercom. We're pretty busy between all those things, and I'm sure there's a handful of things that we do I haven't mentioned yet.
Yeah, but you know what's remarkable about what you said? You said a little bit earlier that I hear from so many of our employees here is that I'll do whatever it takes. I'll figure out, if I'm asked to do something and figure it out, I figure it out, either myself or getting somebody else involved. I think that's something which is really distinctive about our employees here, is that I've heard it from so many different sources. So I
Yeah.
really have to congratulate you for that. I've heard that a lot.
Well, you know, when others can't, we can.
I'm very proud of all the things we do, but the thing I'm most proud of, are the people that work here, people like you, Richard.
Well, thank you.
One,
And that's why I'm here, because of people like you.
thank you.
You know.
It's great.
In closing, I think if we all remember why we're actually here, no matter what department you work in, what you do here at the Henry Ford Hospital, we're here for one reason and one reason only, and that's for the patients. And if you can make a patient smile and whatever you've done during the day, you've done your job right. Thank you again, Dr. Popovich.
One of the things that I always am impressed with, though, and seeing kind of the behind-the-scenes people that we have, they are so vital to keeping this big city that we call a hospital going.
People don't realize the number of things that go on, whether it's the tube station or it's the fire alarm system or the testing of the fire alarms or making sure the integrity of all of our electronic equipment here is maintained. But people like Richard and his team really are the people that do that type of work. Richard is also pretty humble. Obviously, his group does such great work. If you think about the things that he does outside, there's things that drive him, things like music. He wanted to be a DJ when he was younger. I didn't ask him whether or not they actually had phonographs at that time. If any of you remember what a phonograph was, but nevertheless, he liked that. And what happens is that type of that type of work translates actually into the professional environment. So the music that we have in our stairwells and the music that we have in the basement is part of his work. And we don't oftentimes notice that, except for the fact that everybody seems to be a little bit lighter on their step, a little happier. Patients are a little calmer. That's an amazing transformation from a kid from Cooley High School who wanted to be a DJ to really being able to create an environment of care which is so positive. I really want to emphasize is how Richard really embodies a lot of that great sense of humor, a little self-deprecating at times, but a tremendously committed member of the Henry Ford team. And that's why we are the institution that we are, and that is a member of the flagship of the Henry Ford Health System.